Hello.
Have you got on?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
We are in Melaka, which is where in Malaysia? It's about 2 hours south of Kuala Lumpur.
So it's basically the town in between Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. So it takes 2 hours to get here.
We arrived yesterday, so we didn't really do much. We went out to the river, got some dinner, and went to a Mexican restaurant. But today is day one of exploring.
Melaka is a state in Malaysia known for its history and influences from the Dutch, Portuguese and British. In 2017, the Malaysian state government decided to cease the use of the more commonly Anglicized spelling and reform it to its Malay spelling of Melaka.
So, where's the first stop?
I don't know how to pronounce it, so we'll just show you it.
What was that?
Why are mannequins so scary? It gives me Doctor Who vibes. It will never not, when I think of mannequins, Doctor Who, when the mannequins came alive and started attacking people. It was the Christmas one, so if you haven't seen it, watch it. I was saying it's such a shame that this is such a lovely art gallery and there's like no one here. But that was the same in Vietnam. People need to go to art galleries more. Charlie, why do you like this one?
She has a sadness in her eyes. So this is actually the toilet, but how annoyed would you be if we were hard working and your toilet art? It's not on, guys. So we just finished the
Art gallery?
Well, it's actually the Malaysian Youth Centre and Art Gallery, but I would say come purely for the art gallery.
Yeah.
I mean,
make it look like you're like going around the youth museum, but go up to the art gallery.
I mean, I guess it depends what you're into, but we were more interested in the art. But it's only like £10, well, 10 ringgit each, so that's like £2. So. We are at the Cheng Ho Cultural Museum. Very interesting, actually.
Very interesting.
So this is a room in the Cheng Ho Cultural Museum. The museum's all about Cheng Ho. He's like an admiral from the 15th century, and he like expanded China's trading routes around the world. He had like a massive, I think the fleet, they said something was like 240 something ships, and it was huge. We'd never heard about this before. We thought like, oh, British and Europeans like started sailing the seas, but this guy was doing it years before. So it's definitely worth a visit. Really interesting. He died at like, I think it was like age 63 or something.
What?
Cheng Ho, he died, didn't
Oh
he,
yeah,
on his last voyage. And then
the emperor who allowed him to do all these things, he died. So the new emperor was like, Chen Ho, you've only got one voyage left. And then he died on that one. And then the new emperor was like, shut it down.
Yeah, and then that dramatically decreased the size of China's navy power, and they like changed to like a closed door policy on trading, and then shock
us British,
us Europeans. What do?
We took it over.
We take everything we can and we give nothing back. To make sense of this, he's stopped 6 out of his 7 journeys in Malacca, created like a, what was it called? Like a fort, not like a fort, but like a...
Maybe just like a stopover.
Yeah, but he created like a...
Oh, I took a picture of it.
We'll add that in.
We're adding.
But that's why it's here in Melaka, because it's so important, because he stopped 6 out of 7 times, and they also did one in Sumatra, but they said this one was more prestigious. But we can't remember what a sultan is, in that if it's like a ruler or an emperor. But the way Rosie describes it is, how is it?
In Aladdin, you have the king and you have Jafar, who's a sultan.
So, yeah, that's definitely probably accurate. So we'll go with that, but let us know if you know. Kampung Kling Mosque, and it's actually located on a street called Harmony Street, because there is a temple, a mosque, and one other like religious site here. So, peace. So we are currently in the Melaka Maritime Museum, which is actually inside of a giant boat ship. Same thing, right? How is it?
It's a boat. It's a ship.
This is the top deck of the Maritime Museum, so actually on deck of the ship. You can't actually get into the map rooms, they've been locked up, and you can't get into the captain's quarters because they've been locked up too. So this is like the only really bit you can explore outside. So for 20 ringgit each, I would probably say it's not worth it. Would you?
It's nice for the aircon.
But if you want to pay 40 ringgit for aircon, sure. But I mean, there's many other museums around that are cheaper and probably better.
So Charlie may have spoken too quickly. There is another building, but still not worth it, so don't bother. Unless you're like really into like boats and whatever.
No, it's not that. It's a lot of the same. So this is like 3 cabinets upstairs of the exhibition. It's all just lanterns, but there's not much else up here. It's I mean, if you love lanterns that were on ships,
go for it.
You'll have a whale of a time. Paul's Church.
And the hill.
St Paul's Hill as well. It's pretty old, pretty touristy, but I think it was like, I think they said when the Portuguese invaded, so 1511 or something.
Yeah, I think it was around that time.
It was built, but then like the Dutch came, the British came, so its name's changed a couple of times. But yeah, it's pretty old ruins, but inside you have like buskers and lots of photo opportunities and stalls outside, so you know. Even
a couple are doing like a full-on photo shoot. It's funny.
Yeah. But no, it's worth a look. Free. You can come anytime. It might be nice if it wasn't so cloudy today, maybe like coming up here and like sunsets. You'd get a nice view of Melaka, but apart from that, free and cheap and easy. It's a pretty small fort, but it's free entry and it's right by the church and St Paul's Hill and another Catholic church, so right in the centre of town, Dutch Square, so you can do it all in like 5 minutes, but you know, no one's here.
In a good Southeast Asian fashion, we ended our evening and time in Melaka walking around the night markets.